Well, this is one bike that I've really been looking forward to riding. It's finally here in Australia. This is the Kawasaki Ninja SX SE model. As you can see, it's bucketing down here at the moment, but hey, day out on a bike in the rain, still better than a day in the office. And I've got the place completely to myself, and I don't mind a bit of a ride in the rain. So let me show you around this bike. I've only just picked it up, so still plenty to learn, but only the SE model available in Australia, which the difference between that and the base model is this one's got a higher screen, this one's got the premium paint, a few other little knickknacks. Those panniers come standard. So a little bit about this bike: it's got the engine derived from the H2 supercharged motor. This is the supercharged N-Line 4 engine. There it is there, trellis frame. Looks like, I think this is a really gorgeous looking bike. Now I'll show you around the dash and then I'll tell you a little bit about the first 100 Ks I've put on it now. So here's the dash. You've got a choice of traction control modes. You've got, see there, KTRC 2, 3, off and 1. Then above that you'll see there's a power modes. So how I'm using these, I'm pressing a button, so you press and hold power. You'll see that starts to flash, then go to full, medium and low. Okay, so here's something interesting though. On some bikes you cannot change the settings on the fly. On other bikes you can. So on this bike you can do it while you're moving, however you do need the throttle closed to start the going into the reprogramming. So you can see here with the throttle closed, I'll start her up and I'll show you what I mean. So the engine's running, but you need to have the throttle closed to get it into this mode here. Change the power and the traction control. There's flashing now. It will allow me to change it. However, it won't then accept the new changes until you flip the throttle. See there. So if you're riding along, you need enough room to be able to shut the throttle, then press and hold the button. Make your selection. Get the throttle back. Still much better than having to pull over and do it, so no arguments there. Gorgeous looking dash, and you can see on here, and excuse me, it's absolutely bucketing down here at the moment. It's got a lean angle sensor. You can see it's on side stand at the moment. You can scroll through those settings and it'll give you maximum lean, odometer, trip. Over here, that's a little G-force indicator. Down below there shows your boost, and you can also scroll through that setting. When the bike is running, you can actually look at how much boost and the throttle position, also the temperature of the engine and the ambient temperature over here. So plenty of gadgets, big analog tachometer there. First thoughts of riding it. Okay, so this thing generates a lot of power down low because of the supercharger. So you get the supercharger spooled up, even in 6th gear at 4,000 RPM when it's sitting on 100 kilometers an hour. You just wind on that throttle and it'll just shoot forward. Down in the lower revs, it's the same. You don't need to get it up into the higher revs to generate a lot of power. It'll just surge forward. The fueling, early thoughts on the fueling are that's pretty spot on. I think you've done an excellent job with this. You can sit on 60 kilometers an hour in 2nd, 3rd, 4th or 5th or 6th gear, and it will just, you can just hold the throttle and it'll just sit dead on the speed that you want. There's no surging, there's no coughing, and you just wind it on, spools up, generates a bit of boost, and away you go. Now obviously with this weather I haven't had a real chance to give it a really good run. We've just been taking it easy through the twists and turns of the National Park here, but it feels really solid at front, lots of feel in the wet. I've turned a full turn of preload off the rear. I'm not sure whether it's set at factory when I picked it up or not, but that certainly made it feel a bit softer at the back, a bit more comfortable. Ergonomics wise, you can see that it's a very low seat. The pegs are in a nice neutral position there. They're not too far back, bit sporty, but because of the low seat, the gap between the peg and the seat is quite short. So for guys like me with big long legs, you do notice that as soon as you get on. It's not uncomfortable, but after a week of riding big adventure bikes, when I sat on this thing, it is the first thing that really hit me. So I've got to get out of here. I'm getting soaked. I'm going to possibly head that way because, hey, it's not every day you get to ride something like this. Bit of rain never hurt anybody. And I'll check in later on. I've got a couple of guys testing this bike for us for Australian Motorcycle News, so you'll be able to hear more about it here at amcn.com.au and also read our full test report in an upcoming issue of Australian Motorcycle News.